TSA screened over 1.3 million passengers on Sunday, most since start of pandemic. More than 3.3 million Americans were screened over the holiday weekend. The Transportation Security Administration, TSA, it was the biggest Sunday, biggest travel day, 10 months, standstill. It's a far cry from the 2.422 people that were screened a year ago. But I tell you, 1.3. Kai, can you pull up the TSA, the numbers? What do you think about this thing going to 1.327?
I mean, I think it's obviously a holiday season.
Are
Christmas.
flights more full when you're traveling?
My flight here from Miami yesterday was packed. To Dallas.
100% like full.
I mean, Tom flies every week or so, right? So like you're...
Yeah, I mean...
You fly more than me.
The airport's dead, but Dallas is a popular route, so I think you got a lot of people come here because it's a hub, and then you're going anywhere else. But the airports are dead, and I'll just say that. Dallas Airport, LAX is dead. I think this is great. The more the merrier. I think this is saying that people are making decisions for themselves. The number of COVID cases are up, but, I mean, that doesn't mean everybody has symptoms or is sick or is dying from it. So, hey, at some point, we have to resume some sort of normalcy in this country. The sooner, the better.
Kai, go to cases and death. Go to cases and deaths to see what those numbers are looking like.
Well, I'll tell you what. People were partying for New Year's like there was no pandemic going on whatsoever.
Man, it's so dead.
And actually, one of the
interesting go to death.
places I was at in South Beach. Shout out to Joya if you ever go down to South Beach. Check this place out. Outdoor venue, amazing. You can pull up on your boat. I said to the owner, my buddy Marco, I said, dude, everyone is here partying without a mask. Like, everyone. What's up? Because we were both in masks talking. He goes, yeah, they all had COVID throughout the summer. Like, all of them. They're all here partying now. They've had it.
They all had COVID.
They all had COVID over the summer. This is people in Miami.
And now they're partying?
And now they're partying.
Because they've already had it.
They already had it.
What do you call that? Herd immunity.
Yeah.
It's called herd immunity. And at first, when the herd immunity concept came out, what did everybody say? Oh, my gosh, how dare you? This is the... But now people are buying into the concept of herd immunity. You're getting people saying, "Oh, he's already had it."
Well, I don't know if like they're thinking herd immunity. I think they're just thinking, "All right, I already had it. I'm not going to get it again."
Safe.
That's part of it. It's eventually you just have to know that eventually you could get it. If you're healthy, young, don't have asthma issues, you're going to be safe. And the percentages right now on death is the lowest we've ever seen it. So people are sitting around saying, "Okay, it's not as deadly as we thought it was going to be."
Well, I think. Listen, and we don't need to go on a whole diatribe about COVID. I think, the game has changed. When this started out in March and they didn't really know what was happening, and even Fauci was like, oh, you don't need to wear a face mask.
Go on flu cases 2020, 2019.
Like, I think at first, like in any pandemic, people start to panic. What do I do? Am I down? Am I going to die? Da-da-da. I think people, as we clearly know here in this office, you get it. And there's a 99.999% chance you're gonna live. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be all right. You might have a sore throat. You might lose some, a couple week of work or what have you.
Right.
But this is information that we didn't know 6 months ago when people were freaking out. So like when you hear something like in LA, they're shutting down outdoor dining. You're like, what the frick is this?
They're shutting down everything. It's big business for the media. The media is in business to scare the shit out of people, and that's all they do. I got so mad on New Year's. The LA Times is the most piece of crap, worthless rag there is out there.
Before or after midnight?
No, this was before midnight.
Yeah, I know, Tom.
No, the LA Times is so disappointing. Pat, you grew up reading the LA Times. It was a great newspaper at one point.
Tom, Pat's thinking about buying the LA Times.
Since their new ownership, it's a joke. I get alerts from the LA Times. Here's on New Year's Eve. Please don't go out tonight. Stay home with champagne and the remote. How to celebrate New Year's Eve with TV. Who is the LA Times to tell me or anybody else on this planet what to do?
You just sounded like Scarface right there.
I mean, seriously.
Who is the New York Times
or the LA Times? The audacity of them
to not go out and party.
Here's my biggest problem. They act like they care. They don't give a crap about anybody.
For you. Did you stay in on that night?
There was no place to go.
So you didn't go. So you listened to the New York Times.
No, I didn't.
You're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
We went over to a friend's
I'm not going to
house.
listen to New York Times, but let's stay in, Shonda. Let's not do anything.
No. Believe me, I would have gone out if there was a place to go, but we did go over to some friend's house. Hell yeah, we did.
Hell yeah, we went to our neighbor's house.
This story is very close to Kai's heart, so I had to read this story because Washington Yoga Studio
I knew you were going
uses religious exemption to avoid coronavirus orders. Gym and fitness centers are not allowed to open until January 11th under COVID-19 restrictions. The Washington State Yoga Studio is declining to comply with state and local coronavirus pandemic rules, claiming it has religious exemptions. Seattle's Haut Yoga, one of the city's highest rated studios, is holding in-person classes despite Democratic Governor Jay Inslee's recent extension of statewide restrictions. Hot Yoga founder Lee Zakaria told Newsweek she was not asserting sessions were religious gatherings, but said that she believes her work is essential and is saving people's lives.
Wow.
However, religious centers may continue to function at 25% capacity or 200 people in King City with implementation of proper social distancing and face covering. Creative or creative?
This reminds me of what you say all the time when we talk about gyms. Like, what the hell are you talking about? People need to exercise. People need to need to sweat. People need to be healthy. So you have Kai's favorite thing, hot yoga. And, they're using the religious exemption. I got no problem with it. Just social distance, 6 feet apart when you're doing your stretching and your downward dogs.
Go for it. For number one, that would be my message to her. Number two, be careful because that Washington governor does not play. Have you seen that story where they
Homie don't play.
No, they will personally go after you and try to destroy your life if they want to. But look, we are getting very close for these small businesses to be at utter code red of desperation. We're going to see some crazy stuff happening in the next few weeks and months, and I don't blame these people. They have been gutted. They have been specifically targeted and told by governors in this country, we don't care about you. We don't care what happens to you. Make no money.
You're saying small businesses?
Yes, okay. Yes, I'm saying that. And I'm saying gyms, I'm saying restaurants. It's so unfair what they're doing to them with no evidence whatsoever.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.